Versatile Infotainment provides thousands of informative videos of our viewers. If you want more informative videos, please like and subscribe our channel. So let's go our topic.
Drake is a $250 million actor, producer, and rapper who was born in Canada. Drake is one of the world's top-paid performers on a constant basis. Drake made his screen debut in the popular Canadian series Degrassi: The Next Generation early in his acting career. But it was music that would establish him as a global superstar since 2006. He has been penning or producing hit song after hit song. After his 2010 debut studio album, Thank Me Later, peaked at 1 on the hip-hop charts, he has continued to release music non-stop. He has relentlessly toured, made appearances on numerous music events and award ceremonies, and generally concentrated on expanding his fan base as much as he could. Drake's career earnings before taxes and living expenses have exceeded $430 million since he first became well known. In the 6 months from June 2017 to June 2018, Drake made $45 million. He made a total of $95 million in 2017. He made $75 million from June 2018 to June 2019. Over the next 12 months, he made $50 million. For a detailed breakdown of Drake's yearly earnings by year, scroll below. Group contract with Universal Music. During the Q1 earnings call in May 2022, Universal Music Group announced that Drake had inked a new contract with them, a long-term worldwide partnership encompassing recorded music to music publishing, film, television, and brands. Drake has made a few lyrical references to this deal. In a particular song, he rapped about agreeing to a contract that required $360 up front. Some have interpreted that lyric to suggest he received $360 million up front from the agreement in light of Universal's statement. The transaction is reportedly worth at least $400 million, according to other reports. Drake's music collection alone had been bringing in $50 million a year for the corporation in the years before the agreement. Drake might have received $200 million up front after taxes if the transaction had really been worth $400 million. Early life. Toronto, Canada's Aubrey Graham was born on October 24, 1986. Throughout his career, Dennis, the father of Drake, was a drummer who performed with artists such as Jerry Lee Lewis. Sandra, sometimes known as Sandy, was Drake's mother and an English teacher. Drake celebrated his bar mitzvah in a conventional manner and went to a Jewish day school. When Aubrey was 5 years old, Sandy and Dennis got divorced. After that, his father relocated to Memphis, where he was eventually apprehended and imprisoned for a number of years on drug-related crimes. Even though Aubrey's father was not incarcerated, he would spend every summer visiting him in Memphis. Aubrey continued to live with his mother in Toronto. Drake would later claim that Dennis was absent from his early years. Dennis has angrily refuted this claim and says it was made up to promote the song. Drake and his mother resided in the lower level of a 2-story townhouse in the upscale Forest Hill suburb starting in the 6th grade. Drake resided in the basement, while his mother occupied the floor closest to the street. They were not wealthy. In fact, they had very little money. Drake discovered his passion for singing and acting while he was a student at Forest Hill Collegiate Institute. After that, he went to Vaughan Road Academy, where he experienced bullying because of his mixed race and religious upbringing. After a period of abandonment, he eventually graduated in 2012. Degrassi. Drake got a role on the popular Canadian adolescent drama television series Degrassi: The Next Generation at the age of 15 thanks to the assistance of his childhood friend's father, an acting agency. He portrayed basketball player Jimmy Brooks in the show, who was shot by a classmate and later became crippled. He made guest appearances in 2008 in addition to being a cast member for seasons 1 through 7. It was during Drake's Degrassi appearance that his mother fell unwell and was unable to work. For a number of years, their only source of income was his Degrassi payment. He was being paid $50,000 a year at the time for the show. That comes out to almost $2,000 a month after taxes. Later on, he would say the following about this period of time. My mom had a serious illness. We were absolutely broke. The only source of income I had was Canadian television. Career in music. In 2006, Aubrey, who by then was using by his stage name Drake, started putting out mixtapes inspired by rap legends like Jay-Z, who secured record deals after finding success as independent musicians. His debut mixtape Room for Improvement was made available on his official MySpace page and website in February 2005. He succeeded in directly selling over 6,000 copies. The next year saw the release of his second mixtape, Comeback Season, through his recently established label October's Very Own, also known as OVO Records. He released the mixtape. A successful underground tune named Replacement Girl was taken from this mixtape. The song's music video was the first to be shown on Bet by an unsigned Canadian rapper. A sample of the song Man of the Year by Briscoe, Flo Rida and Lil Wayne was spliced into one version of the song. After hearing the song, Houston-based producer and founder of Rap A Lot Records, Just Prince, gave it to Lil Wayne. After being impressed, Lil Wayne gave Drake a call and asked him to come on his The Carter I tour in Houston. Drake and Wayne composed and recorded multiple songs on the tour, such as Brand New Forever and Ransom. Young Money Entertainer. Contrary to popular belief, Drake was not yet signed to Wayne's record label. 2009 saw the release of his third mixtape, So Far Gone. On his OVO website, he made the mixtape available for free download. Bun B, Omarion, Trey Songz, Lloyd, Lil Wayne, and Omarion were among the guests on the mixtape. The mixtape peaked at 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was eventually certified gold by the RIAA after being downloaded 2,000 times in its first hour. Eventually, the mixtape was published as an EP, which won the 2010 Juno Award for Rap Recording of the Year and peaked at 6 on the Billboard 200. Drake, who remained an independent artist, was suddenly in great demand in the music business. Various labels were vying for his signature, leading to a bidding war. Though it hasn't been verified, the desperation has been called the biggest bidding war in music history. Drake inked a deal with Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment on June 29, 2009. Actually, Universal Music handled distribution for the record agreement, which was a joint venture between Young Money and its parent company, Cash Money. Mainstream achievement. Released on June 15, 2010, Thank Me Later was Drake's first studio album. In both the US and Canada, the album peaked at 1. It peaked at #1 on the US Rap, R&B, Hip Hop, and Billboard 100 charts. In the end, the RIAA certified it platinum. Take Care, his 2011 second studio album, also peaked at #1 on many charts across multiple nations before going platinum 6 times. Since then, every album has received at least 4 platinum awards. One of the most prominent and successful figures in hip-hop and the music business overall is Drake. Many of the biggest names in music, such as Travis Scott, Jay-Z, Eminem, and Kanye West, have collaborated with him. Drake has received numerous award nominations. He has received over 180 significant honors as of this writing, including 4 Grammys from over 40 nominations. Drake makes almost $1 million every time he performs. Sold individuals. Compared to other artists in history, Drake has sold the most digital singles. He has sold over 163 million digital singles as of this writing. That's 40 million more than Rihanna, who came in second. With an estimated 26 million records sold, is the 80th highest-selling musician of all time in terms of album sales. With Shania Twain 48 million and Celine Dion 50 million, he is now the 3rd best-selling Canadian musician of all time. Drake's earnings by year. 2010, $10 million. 2011, $11 million. 2012, $21 million. 2013, $11 million. 2014, $33 million. 2015, $40 million. 2016, $40 million. 2017, $95 million. 2018, $47 million. 2019, $75 million. 2020, $50 million. 2021, $40 million. 2022, $30 million. Total $503 million. YOLO estate. Drake was born in Canada, but he has lived in Hidden Hills, California since 2012, when he paid $7.7 million in cash to the previous owner of the opulent estate that was housed Saddle Ranch Bar in Los Angeles. The property, known as the YOLO estate, has several homes, including a 2,000 square foot party house and a 12,000 square foot main house. The estate has one of the biggest privately owned pools in Southern California, horse stables, a 25-person movie theater, a full-size basketball court, and a sand volleyball court. His lagoon-style pool, which encircles the outside of the home, has a swim-up bar, an 80-foot water slide, several waterfalls, and a grotto reminiscent of a Playboy mansion. Drake revealed in an interview with Rolling Stone that he had been eyeing this property for years after finding it as one of the top results when searching for craziest residential swimming pools online. He spent years using an image of a pool as his computer's background to keep himself motivated. In 2009, the house was listed for $27 million by its previous owner. When the previous owner ran out of money in 2012, Drake pounced and purchased it for $7.7 million. He increased the size of his land in 2015 by paying $2.8 million to purchase the nearby 1.6-acre estate. He expanded the property once more in 2018 when he paid $4.5 million to purchase a second nearby home. His current private estate consists of 6.7 acres of continuous land at the end of a cul-de-sac, which alone cost $15 million to acquire. In March 2022, Drake put the YOLO estate up for sale, asking $2.7 million. For $4.8 million, a buyer also had the opportunity to purchase the main mansion. NFL player Matthew Stafford purchased two of the three houses that were comprised the YOLO estate for $11 million in April 2022, $3.6 million more than the asking price. The main YOLO home was not one of Matthew's two acquisitions. A bidder paid $12 million for the third parcel in July 2022. Toronto Mansion. Drake paid $6.7 million in 2016 to purchase a piece of property in the Bridle Path, a Toronto suburb. On the 2 acres, he went on to construct a 50,000 square foot home. The home has an NBA-sized basketball court, a gym, an awards room, a 10-car garage, and many more amenities. 3,200 square feet are devoted to the master bedroom alone. In addition, he has a condo in Toronto's downtown. $90 million mansion in Beverly Hills. Drake was said to have closed on the purchase of British musician Robbie Williams' 20-acre Beverly Hills estate on March 8, 2022. In an off-market transaction, Drake paid $75 million. A little more than a year after paying $75 million for the Beverly Hills house, Drake put it up for sale in May 2023 with an asking price of $88 million. Exclusive aircraft. Drake unveiled his recently acquired Boeing 767 private plane on Instagram in May 2019. He had given it the nickname Air Drake and had it painted. Drake claims in the video that he owns the jet outright and is proud of it, saying there is no rental, no timeshare, no co-owners. A private jet of the same model and caliber would cost between $75 and $100 million. Drake's achievements in net worth. In November 2009, Drake was added to Celebrity Net Worth for the first time, with a $1 million initial assessment. Only a few months before, he had signed with Young Money, Lil Wayne's record label. His net worth exceeded $25 million by 2012. He exceeded $45 million by 2014. He first exceeded $80 million by the end of 2016. He easily surpassed $100 million by early 2018 because to his amazing near $100 million earnings in 2017. His net worth crossed the $150 million mark for the first time in May 2019. Enterprises in business. Drake has supported a number of well-known companies throughout the years, most notably Sprite, Burger King, Whataburger, Nike, and Apple. Drake inked a $19 million exclusive deal with Apple Music at the time of its debut. Thanks to this agreement, Apple will be the first and only place where Drake's future solo releases are available. Warner Bros. Records distributes Drake's own record label, OVO Sound, which he founded in 2012. Apart from Drake, OVO Sound currently represents music for artists including Majid Jordan, Cash Doll, Party Next Door, and Future the Prince, as well as producers like Mike Zombie, Boy 1DA, and more. His role as the Toronto Raptors global ambassador includes hosting an annual Drake Night event alongside the team. Virginia Black, a whiskey with a bourbon basis, was introduced by Drake in 2016. 4,000 bottles were sold by the company in its first week of business. The company shipped an additional 30,000 units later in the year. Travels. The Away From Home tour was Drake's debut headlining tour in 2010. Through 2019, he went on 5 more headline tours. Moreover, he has co-headlined 4 tours, the most recent of which was in 2018 with the rap group Migos. With a revenue of $84.3 million from 54 gigs, his 2016 Summer 16 tour was the highest-grossing hip-hop tour of all time. That works out to a $1.56 million gross per show on average. In 2018, he eclipsed that record with his Migos co-headlining tour, making $80 million over 43 performances. That works out to a $1.86 million gross per show on average. Drake hosts the wildly popular OVO Fest in Toronto each summer, which sells out in a flash. Drake can easily make $500,000 for a single show at his ongoing residency at the XS nightclub in Las Vegas. For a more formal performance, he now receives more than $2 million. Individual life. Over the years, Drake has been involved in several high-profile partnerships. He intermittently dated Rihanna from 2009 to 2016. Later in life, he would refer to Rihanna as the woman I've been in love with since I was 22 years old. Adonis, his son, was born in October 2017 to Sophie Brousseau, a French model, actress and artist. Drake did not declare himself to be a parent until 2018.